And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Handoff from the shotgun. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Looking to pass. It's Bailey. Snagged in the middle. It's Smothers. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for a first.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Under fire. Catch in the middle, it's Rogers. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Quick step and go. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have...
Headed to the end zone, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown catch.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. To the air, it's Wegman. Throws to the wideout. Caught over the middle, it's Thomas. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. Going to look downfield again. Here he goes, breaking the pocket. Fires to the right. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
It's a nice job by the receiver working past the sticks. Looked like it was going to be a first down by the offense, but how about the physical play knocking that ball loose?
They're throwing for it on 4th down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. 4th and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. The short hands. It's Smothers. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, NC State. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback, finding the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest, walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Pulls it in, it's Johnson. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. They'll run play action. Gets rid of it. Hauls it in. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry.
Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. To the air, it's Wegman. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Looking to scramble. Finds him out of the backfield. He's not even going to get close, knocked out of bounds well behind the first down marker. And that decision will be questioned for a while. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. He leaves it with his back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. Off the play fake. Pressure coming. They get to him as he throws. There he goes. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. The sure hands, it's Smothers. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. Back to throw, it's Bailey. He's got his man. Hits a seam. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, North Carolina State. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd. Man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. They really need to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. Grabbed behind the line, it's Connors. On the move at the 30. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Got it in stride inside the 20. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
You got to love the rhythm this quarterback is in here on this drive, guys. 2 completions. He's seeing the safety rotation. That time, saw the one-on-one matchup he wanted, took his shot. He is in a groove.
Takes the handoff. It's Connors. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage from no gain on the play.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
The corners are walked up tight. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Now facing a 3rd and long.
Gorilla, cricket, gaucho, terrier.
Looking for a man. It's Wegman. Got it in the middle. It's Johnson. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up.
That ball is intercepted at the goal line. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
And that is such a veteran play by that defender. In cover 0, he knows the quarterback's going to have to get rid of the football quickly, so he's getting ready to jump anything that's going to be underneath. He does just that. Great job with the speed.
Flying down the left side. The 20. 10. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Gets the back moving. On the snap, it's Grimes. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
I think there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking to throw, it's Wegman. Fires to the big fella. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Grab near the marker. It's Johnson. They get him out of bounds. Couple yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. He lofts one down the sideline. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. State Wolfpack. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the San Diego State Aztecs, taking on a team from the ACC, the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Aztecs will put toe to leather to crank us up. And he's not going to take the touchback. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Back to pass, it's Bailey. With the catch, it's Rodgers. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The play action fake. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Makes the grab. It's Rodgers. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. You know, Jesse, they threw that to him in double coverage, and I like that sometimes because you can't let the defense just dictate what you're going to do.
No, they're going to make sure he gets his, Reese, no doubt about it. They're going to force it over to him, hoping that he can make a play, and knowing that he can. But as a defense, you got to be careful doubling him because that means somebody else is wide open.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Unloads quickly. Nowhere to go and not much to show for that one.
Love the route there by the tight end in man-to-man coverage. He's able to separate from the defender, and then once he has the ball, he's able to rip through the tackle and go get more yards.
Only able to pick up a yard before he stopped, and now it's 4th and 3.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage.
Oh, he's got some space. Gets away from one, finds room. Touchdown, Wolfpack. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, that play looked a little bit too easy. 4th down, big situation. You got to get up on these receivers and make it difficult. He gets the football right away, gets all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll start this drive going to the air. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Makes the catch. It's busted. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And they can't make the play on third down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They're already down a touchdown early, and the last thing they need to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back. Picked off. Got some room to run. At the 20. And he goes out of bounds at the 14-yard line.
That's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. They'll send the back in motion. On the direct snap, it's Grimes. Looking for the end zone. Into the house. Touchdown, NC State. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Let's see what he can do with the return. Coming out with it, and the ball's free, deep in his own territory. And he falls on top of his own fumble, and the offense will retain possession.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. The head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. And he'll pick up the 1st down, but he got drilled on that tackle. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Trying to burn this defensive back. And that will fall incomplete as we have played 1 quarter, a quarter in which they tried to wrap it up with a huge play. Big turning point as we head into the 2nd and get this game rolling again. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Under fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball.
He's got it. 1st down and more. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. And the Aztecs with the 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire league.
He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
It's been a nice drive by this offense so far, and now this quarterback is faced with a critical 3rd down in the red zone, trailing by a couple of possessions. If they're able to capitalize here, get this 1st down, score a touchdown on this drive, this game takes on a completely different feel. So this just feels like a massive moment in this game.
How valuable is a tight end in the red area? Now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
I love it. Find the big fella down in the red area. Big target, works the middle of the field, easier throws. Nice job by this offense, keeping it very simple.
A quick pass on the fly motion. Touchdown Aztecs! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. To throw, it's Bailey. Dumps it to the back. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Great job by the safety. You see safeties back in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, understanding where he's throwing the football. Great break, great interception.
Great place to start for this offense. Going right to work up top. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And the QB leaves the pocket, and he scrambles out. He goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football, but the relentless chase. I love it. Getting to the quarterback.
Turning it on. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
The sweet feet buy a little time. It's complete to the right. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Grimes. Close to the marker, it's Bailey. Right down the gut of the field. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in.
Oh. I'd quit too. That was savage. I ran like 30 seconds off the clock just sitting in the end, the like 1 yard line.
Welcome to Lane Stadium, home of the Virginia Tech Hokies. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on another team from the ACC, the Virginia Tech Hokies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me as always, and this will send chills up your spine. It's time for Enter Sandman. Will get us started with the opening kickoff. From inside the 15, here's the return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. To throw on first down off the play fake. Grabbed in the middle. It's Rodgers. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
Off the RPO, complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Grimes. Caught near the sticks. It's Bailey. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Direct snap. It's Grimes. Finding open areas. Touchdown, North Carolina State! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. Let me tell you, that opening script was a masterpiece. Send that baby to Hollywood, and it's a blockbuster.
I think so, and A-listers all over the field for this offense. You saw some of the playmakers they've got in the speed. Great job going out and executing on that opening drive.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Looking downfield, it's Drones. It's complete to the left. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And frankly, that's a completion. It's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel, but in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
Bring in the heat. He's got the tight end. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
Love that throw. I'll tell you, he keeps making more of those. Lane Stadium and this incredible crowd is going to be going nuts. We've called games here plenty of times in the past. This is one of the best venues in all of college football. And this guy right now is heating up at the QB position. Watch out. It's going to be a sonic boom in here.
He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
And the Hokies come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory.
The punt was just an illusion. They snapped it to the up end. He's not going to get there, and they'll turn it over on downs. The fake doesn't work.
Man, and you want to catch the defense sleeping, but what a great job by the defense. Staying alert, staying aware. They run the fake punt. They're ready for it. They make the tackle, and they stop them short.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Pocket breaking down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions. Go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
These fans touching the figurative Hokie stone, doing their part to help out on 3rd down. Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter.
X going for the goal line. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack!
And the passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation. So let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. He found his open target, accurate throw, and 2 plays through the air, and they've got 6 points on the board.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
We've reached the break. It's NC State on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. So this offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. They'll run it.
And I think a lot of people are going to look at that drive, and first of all, the drive was awful. They're all going to look at the drive and say it was awful, but how about the giving up on 3rd down? I mean, you got 3rd and long, you try to sneak a run in, and this drive, this possession, it was disastrous for the offense, and now you just hope you have enough space to get a punt off.
I'm not sure if he could have kicked it farther by using his knee, but it's not exactly the longest punt. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for a man, it's Bailey. Good timing on the quick out. And they pick up just a few on that completion. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
3rd down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. Grabbed over the middle. It's Grimes. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
1st and goal now as NC State tries to find a way to score. Keeps it on the draw. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
They have been road warriors here in this game, coming into a tough environment, but in all 3 phases, they have been absolutely dominant. Their defense is not allowed a point, and the offense is going up and down the field, and they score another touchdown here before the end of the first half.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Off play action on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
The give on the option. Knocked out way behind the line of scrimmage. They'll call it a 9-yard loss.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. To the air, it's Drones. Looking left. He makes the catch. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The Hokies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. That's caught. It's Green. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. To the air on first down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Man, this is an unbelievable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his 2nd PD in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
Fires to the middle. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And just an awesome job by that defender on that play. Great awareness, and he had his eyes on the quarterback, so he saw the ball thrown, and as such, he was able to go and swat it away.
On the move.
The ball carried by the quarterback. Big loss on the play. Now, a 4th down.
And the Hokies will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the snap, it's Grimes. Grab near the marker, it's Bailey. All by himself down the middle. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And at this point on the field, I guess why not try to guess the snap count? Defense gets caught, still 1st and goal. They'll try to power it in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. NC State going up tempo. Quarterback sneaks ahead. The sneak scores it.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be danged. You talk about home field advantage. Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point makes it 28-0. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And it was finished off with a quarterback sneak. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Selden. It's great to think you're going to score every time you return it, but man, what a bad decision. He's down at the 6. A lot of real estate in front of them as the drive starts at their own 6. Wants to throw, it's Drones. And that pass incomplete, the defense got a hand on it.
You know, defenders have to really understand body positioning and where the football's coming from, and great job understanding that, getting in the way of the route, knocking the ball down, batting it away, making a good play for that defense.
Trying to beat the DD. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
And how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run up? And they'll fake it again. Breaks into the open. And the gamble pays off as they pick up the first down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They get in the backfield and make the play, and that's how they'll finish off this third period. They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but better job by the hands team falling on the football.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this, because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
RD, what a play by the safety, and then the free safety specifically. When you're playing cover two and you're sitting back in half the field responsibility, you got to see the formation and you got to understand the quarterback. You're watching the quarterback's eyes and reading him. He takes him right to the football. Free safety jumps the route, makes the INT.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking to throw, it's Bailey. Finds his man. It's Smothers. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on third down. Catch in the middle. It's Anderson. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. On fourth down, looking to pass. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a first down at the 23.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Caught in the backfield, it's Smothers. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
The Wolfpack with a lot of options on second and short. Looking to fire. Grab near the sticks. It's Rodgers. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Wants to go up top on first down. He'll pull it down. Can't get him to the ground. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
Fires to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Rodgers. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. And this beatdown is close to completion as we reach the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one.
Let's go.
Smart move to keep it on the ground. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32.
Brings up
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Quickly to the tight end. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
Well, the gamble pays off offensively. Fourth down, being aggressive, and they throw for it. How about the job the receiver does, winning his route and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football?
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Reads it, fires complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man, and it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today, and this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. The give to the back. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. I guess the good news on that penalty is at least the defense didn't have to back up that far. It's still 1st and goal. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Trying to pound it in. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
They'll try to add another to their lead. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, NC State.
Now the two-point conversion attempt is coming. Firing to the right, complete. He's not going to make it. Stopped short of the goal line, and they are unable to extend this lead any further. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Corner's going to give these receivers some space. Sends it downfield. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Oh, he drops it right down the middle of the field, and he couldn't make the play.
I would not want to be the offensive coordinator right now. This offense has a hard time completing the forward pass and making plays, and now you're down, and they know to rush the passer. They know the pass is coming. I'm not sure what the...
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Timeout is called with just a single second left. The Hokies decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan, meat face, ball game over.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium and home to the NC State Wolfpack. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Duke Blue Devils, taking on a fellow ACC opponent, the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Will kick it off to get us underway. Fielded in the end zone. It's Smothers. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. To the air, it's Bailey. Snagged in the middle. It's Rogers. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
They'll put it in play from the 27. First down. Pulls and fires complete. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. So now it's 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Catch in the middle, it's Rodgers. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. He'll throw on third down. He'll take a shot. It is incomplete, and he almost had himself an interception in the end zone. It'll be fourth down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
This is an opportunity to show your offense you believe in them. Their opening drive of the game, still in their own territory, going for it on fourth. Makes the grab past the marker. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
Oh, and I love that play call on fourth down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch and keeps the drive alive.
And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off? There he goes! He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Slings it. On target to the left. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Motion from the back. On the direct snap, it's Grimes. And he's going to score. Touchdown, NC State. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Off the play fake on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end.
Well, I like the idea by the quarterback on that throw. He's just trying to spit it out to the perimeter quickly and give this guy a chance to advance it, but the accuracy was terrible. And that was a circus-type catch for zero gain.
With the catch, it's Brown. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know.
Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The Blue Devils come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We reach the break. It's NC State on top. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. First play of the period, first down here. The inside handoff. Oh, better look out. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Run in the red zone. It's Moore. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Goes to the option. Now the toss. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
Really good job by this defense. Understanding responsibility football. Playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
They stop him short, and we'll have a big fourth down coming.
That guy might not be the tallest wide receiver in the world, but he sure is quick coming out of his break, and he shows you on that slant throw.
This crowd busting the decibel meter and trying to will a fourth down stop. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Quick strike through the air for the score. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
And he's coming out of the end zone. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Grimes. Caught near the sticks, it's Bailey. Off to the races. He's at the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, North Carolina State. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll start this drive with a pass. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here.
Well, the offense got themselves into trouble. They're back in their own end. It's an obvious passing situation, so the defense is just pitting their ears back, and they're trying to get after him. They could not allow him to escape, step up, get rid of the football. They take a sack very close to the goal line.
And the Blue Devils will punt this one away. sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Pulls it in. It's Rodgers. Makes his man miss. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Scanning the field, it's Bailey. Finds his tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
On the ground, it's Smothers. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
The RPO, it's complete. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
Yeah, and I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding third and short.
Converts on fourth down, still going. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. NC State quick to the line. Out of the gun, looking to throw. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Wolfpack!
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas, try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. He'll bring it out. It's Jones. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Makes the grab. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Lost a throw on 1st down. Blasted as he lets it go. Caught over the middle. It's Anthony. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Now the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. North Carolina State will kick it off to open the third quarter. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude substitute adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
Hey, listen, it's not just the offense that makes adjustments at halftime. The defense does too, and that time maybe showing a little bit of a different look than what they did in the first half. Looked like
Looking for more room. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
the defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Line getting set on second down. They'll run it from the gun. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Finds a tight end. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Backed up now, here's second and long. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. The Wolfpack faithful screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a third down stop. Unloads to the right. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Bailey. Throws to the tight end. A strike downfield. Wide open spaces. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
How about him? Nice job catching the football and then turn it into a playmaker. A small, wide receiver. The tight end shows off the ability to run after the catch, make a
edition of EA Sports College Football. Let's take a step back and enjoy Enter Sandman. NC State with the kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. On the run, it's Stewart. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
One thing you know about this defense, they have got a pass rush, and you cannot be predictable, especially when it comes to throwing the football. There is too much athleticism and length up front on this defensive line and in their front 7, and they register a sack early here on only the 2nd play of the game.
And the Hokies will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Got it in the middle. It's Smothers. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Bailey. A little screen to the running back. And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle for a solid pickup.
One of the things I love about this offense is they're very versatile in their passing attack. They throw to receivers and tight ends, and the screen game is big as well. This guy is a weapon, and you're seeing that here early.
NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Makes the grab down the middle. Turning it on. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have 1 less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. The noise level is relentless here on 2nd down. The give out of the gun. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8.
And that's back-to-back now. We've seen this running back get it done on their opening drive of the game. That last carry got the 1st down. So if I'm the offensive coordinator right now, I love the way my O-line's playing, and I love the way this guy's toting the rock. I'm going to give it to him again.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. These fans trying to be like a 12th man on defense and help them get a stop. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, NC State. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Getting ready for the extra point after the 1st score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll give it to the back. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Green. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time. And you saw all of it on that end route.
Looking downfield, it's Drones. He's going for the big play. Catch and stride inside the 15. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Hokies. Extra point here will tie the game.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Grimes. Incomplete, and they tried to catch him flat-footed on first down, but the defense was ready.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't get any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Finds a man by himself. And they'll bring him down after the long completion and explosive pass play for this offense.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make it.
And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Back to pass, it's Bailey. They're setting up the screen. Breaks into the open. He gives them a fresh set of downs, and this one will be first and goal from the 6.
Third down and short is exactly what you want in offense because you can run the football, make the defense suck up, but you can also throw it. Nice execution, third and short, now set up in a first and goal situation.
And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line.
Nice job by the defense, seeing the run, pulling the trigger, getting downhill, and stopping the running back for no gain.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Back to pass. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Smothers. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
You know, this happens sometimes in football. You forget which direction you're going, and you got to be reminded, you were going the wrong direction. Come on, man. We got to catch that thing. We got to get north-south and go make a play, get closer to the end zone, not start dancing and going the wrong way.
It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Moves away as he feels pressure. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. From the gun, the ground game. There he goes. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. You count up those explosive plays in a game and you put a little extra star by the big run.
Yeah, this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the second level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
Might as well give it to him again. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Drones. Sets up the screen. I don't know if it was a turf monster or slipsies or what, but he'll go down with no contact and lose yardage on the play.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
The Hokies will try to move the sticks on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, 4th and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field. We've got a guy that we think can read the defense and deliver a strike, and we've got playmakers stretching the field vertically. They show you how dangerous they can be on that last 4th down there.
That's why the good Lord invented tight ends, isn't it, David? Get a good pickup on 1st down, open up the entire plate.
And just makes life so easy on quarterbacks. I mean, you got these guys that are so gifted athletically that you can do everything with them. They're like overgrown wide receivers, and now understanding zones and how to attack them. It's just unbelievable when you got these kind of big athletes.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Zings it complete to the right. Got some room into the goal line. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Quarterback empties his backfield. Dropping back, it's Bailey. Grabbed over the middle, it's Rodgers. And he'll have enough for the 1st down at the 42. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Looking to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Rodgers. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Rodgers. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Wolfpack with a lot of options on second and short. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Working the middle. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. He wants to change this route. Wants to go up top. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, North Carolina State! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
A really nice job on their final drive of the first half, David. Calm, cool, collected. They had balance. Excellent execution. They're going to take a lead in here at halftime.
It's so much easier to go into half with that positive momentum, that positive juice. Now we can point to what we just did. Great job taking the lead. And now you go make your halftime adjustments.
They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Green. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Starting to feel a little pressure. Complete to the right. Across the 25. He's got room. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. And the Hokies will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Smothers. And he's out of bounds at the 24, a yard short of where he would have wound up with the touchback. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with accuracy.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Quick pass on the jet motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Stuffed almost in his track, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35. Sandman entered earlier, and now they're trying to make it go night-night on this third down. Got a man. It's Rogers. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And that's a huge third down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Fires to the big fella. Still running at the 40. Oh, he's got some space. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. From the red zone, it's Smothers. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Dropping back, it's Bailey. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down. They're in makeable field goal range. They could tie the game, but instead they'll go for it on 4th down. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football in this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Catch in the middle, it's Green. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a 1st down at the 23. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. They'll leave it with him. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Drones. Now he's going to break the pocket. Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and forced him out of bounds, and no gain on the play.
This D coordinator, man, he will take sacks any way he can get them. They weren't able to get it right off the bat, but tremendous job pursuing. Nice speed. Everybody keeping their eye on the QB. They're able to force him out of bounds to create that negative play.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Finds his man. It's Green. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. The Hokies are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the 1st down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
All right, that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
This time he's got it. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding where the 1st down is? He smells it. He goes and gets it.
And the Hokies will snap it on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy, breaking some tackles, making some plays. Here in the 4th quarter, they're going to need it.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Trying to run, it's Hawkins. Got enough space. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal.
right, defense. That's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. And if they want to take the lead, can't be thinking field goal here. They'll need a touchdown to go up in the fourth. Looking to pass. It's Drones. Touchdown, Hokies! They've got the lead here in the fourth.
And just what the doctor ordered. You needed a big play to go out there and try to take the lead, and you find your receiver out wide. He runs by the DB. Nice throw, nice catch. You got the lead.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. Might be calling a hot route. They go to the ground. Got the first down and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. To the air on first down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. This offense has it with really good field position. He'll start this drive firing. And he's got it for the touchdown, and that one just might do it.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth quarter lead. He'll bring it out. It's Smothers. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. To the air. It's Bailey. Looking to the big tight end. Finds a man on the left. Turning it on. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Rodgers. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling. Wants to throw on first down.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
High the chains now on second and long. Looking to throw again. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be...
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack!
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
He's in there for the two-point conversion, and now they're within a field goal. A very efficient five-play scoring drive. Just over a minute to play. They're lining up for an onside kick to try to pull off this rally. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. All right, right, this game just got tighter, and you just don't want to make a mistake here, David.
Especially in the fourth quarter. Remember, you're still leading this ball game. You're still going to execute the same way, Palmer. Don't get frantic.
Don't get frantic, but I would like to see them stay aggressive, too. You put a touchdown up on the board here, and this goes back to being a two-possession game.
And this situation here on second down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in a situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
Snowed under by the defense. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Hokies come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. To the air, it's Drones. Going for it all. And he reels it in for a touchdown, and that just might seal it.
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a two-possession game, and guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
25.
Coming out with it, it's Smothers. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. He's taking the deep shot. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decisions and not put his offense in harm's way. And that's why you're still seeing them throw it vertically downfield.
Got it in the middle. It's Rodgers. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Wants to adjust the pattern. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. He wants a big play here late. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
After being stopped there on fourth down, this game's pretty much over. They were going to have to go down in a 2-minute situation and put at least 7 up on the board. They couldn't get it.
Breaks into the open. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now. While this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score, so they might try to score again. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Cannot get away. It is a huge sack, and I can't imagine what he was thinking on that play. You know, there's no real reason to panic, but if you think about it, when does panicking ever really help? But certainly this was a... Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium, and home to the NC State Wolfpack. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a team from the ACC, the NC State Wolfpack. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Buckeyes will put total weather and we'll get started. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Sends it back in motion. Direct snap. It's Grimes. Grab near the marker. It's Bailey. Oh, there's an alley on the left. Touchdown, Wolfpack. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
That is how you make a quarterback look good. Throw it short, run it a long way. He gets all the yardage for that play. Start the football game, finding your playmaker, and your playmaker does the rest, takes it to the house, and gets this offense started out on fire.
Setting up for the extra point after the first. Oh, they block it. That's a live ball. He can take it back for two. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Rides the back and leaves it. Breaks the tackle. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there. As they unpack the pile, it's part of Ohio State's DNA to have a lethal running game.
And this is a trend, Reese. We can go back as long as you want to go back, and we can go back a couple years to J.K. Dobbins, and we can go all the way back to Eddie George.
Pulls it in down the sideline. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. A first down for the offense. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Throws for the tight end. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive. Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the pack on third down. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Smith. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to throw. It's Sayin. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And you've got a golden opportunity here now on third down. I know you just threw an incompletion, but you've had a really nice drive to start this game. You want to cap this thing off, and you want to do that by scoring a touchdown. So think about who your best playmakers are and who needs to get a look on this critical third down. Whether you're running it or you're throwing it, the best players touch the ball right here.
And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And the try is no good. Guys, they could have cut the deficit in half if that field goal had been good. Still down by 6. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at it. he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks.
There he goes. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see them develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
NC State on the move, set up with another first down. Quick release by the QB. Crosses the 30, he's got away. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks, it's first down.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that first down.
Give to the back. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We're through one period, and these receivers are showing out big time. Take a look at the stats.
Welcome, folks, to AT&T Stadium, the home of the Cowboys, right here in Arlington, Texas. As we'll see a team from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on another ACC team, the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler here with Kirk Herbstreit. Let's get this thing underway. NC State will kick it off to get us underway. Return starts from inside the 5. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. Play fake, looking to throw. That's reeled in. It's right. Tackle made after a solid gain to spot the ball at the 34. Three guys up front, lined up. It's first down. Handoff here from the shotgun. There's a stiff arm.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run, you can go to play action, and really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
On the move now. Using his legs here. And he'll step out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
This is a great job here. Looks downfield, nobody open, takes off and tries to use his legs to go for it, and gets to the sidelines, gets out of bounds, avoids the hit, and most importantly, he got that first down.
Using his legs, it's Williams.
Another positive run on 1st and 10. You know, it's early on in this drive, but this defense has not shown the ability to stop the run. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I just keep running the football until they prove they can stop it.
The sure hands. It's Pittman. Impressive spin there. They make the tackle, but the game moves the ball to the 28.
So much pressure on the defense against the RPO because you're always going to be wrong if it's executed correctly. Here, they were determined to stop the run. The problem is you leave yourself vulnerable to a throw into a flat. Right flat's open, the quarterback makes the right throw, and look at these yards.
And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here, keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Grab near the sticks. It's Thomas. And he's down right there, but it's enough for a first down.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this team.
Has a pass to the end zone. And he gets in for the score. Touchdown, Seminoles. Well, the call was sort of predictable, Kirk, but that tight end is just so tough to stop down here in the red zone.
Listen, speaking on behalf of all quarterbacks, you get down into the red zone, you're looking for that big target that you can trust. He's going to run a good route, and he's got a big wingspan to allow you to make a throw up into the air. He can go up and make a catch over most defenders. Really good execution. They come up with 6.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Smothers. And he's brought down just across the 25-yard line. Here's a wrinkle now. They go to the Wildcat formation with an extra blocker. Let's see how this works out. Always looking to throw. That one's incomplete. An interesting first down call, but it doesn't work.
This is exactly what you want to see from the defense. Yeah, you give up the catch, but you're right there to be able to stop this receiver from making any yards after the catch.
Here's the second down play. Back to pass. It's Bailey. Looking for his big tight end. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete. The offense now facing a 3rd and long on the 26. Got to avoid a mistake here. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. That's reeled in. It's Rodgers. They make the stop just short of the marker. It's going to be 4th down and inches. Oh, a big decision here very early. They're going to go for it on their own side of the 50 in the first possession. Caught over the middle. It's Rodgers. Breaks loose at the 40. Breaks into the clear. They make the tackle, but he easily gets first down yardage, and the drive keeps going.
That's what you love to see from the quarterback, recognizing the receiver is past the marker, and a good job by the receiver to know where he needed to go to get that first down.
NC State getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Using his legs, it's Smothers. Floaters into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina State.
Well, that's an example right there of what vision and patience and ability can do for a running back. He was on a mission to get into the end zone, and really, he made it look easy.
Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. The kickoff will be returned. And they'll set up at the 26 for the first play of this drive. Looking to pass, it's Castellanos. Here's a screen pass to the running back. Defense flies in. They make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Boy, just a great job here by this defense, sniffing out the screen. They were not fooled at all. He caught that ball. He had nowhere to go, and it's a loss of yardage.
They look to throw it here on second down. Running back grabs it on the screen. And they wrap it up after the completion, just short of the first down mark.
It's one of the things I love about this running back. It's not just this defense trying to defend him running the football. As you can see here early in this game, trying to get him involved in the passing game. Great call.
It's a solid gain to pick up the first down in what will be likely the final play of this first quarter. So some early drama here. We're all even at the end of one. Let's take a quick pause and check out the stats from this first quarter. And as we move to the second quarter, we hope these teams will build on a promising start. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Grab down the middle. It's Robinson. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Moves out of the pocket. Gets rid of it on the move. Grab made near the sidelines. Good job keeping the foot in bounds. That'd be enough for a first down.
Good job here by the quarterback putting that ball in the air where the receiver can make a play on it. And I tell you, Florida State has had some great receivers over the years, and this kid is really living up to that.
The Noles keep the football on the move. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. They stop him at the 22. This offense in great scoring position now.
Here the defense was committed to stop the run. And in an RPO, that's a dangerous thing to do. The quarterback sensed that and just pulled the ball out, got it out to the right flat for some good yards.
Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Incompletion sets up a second down. Dropping back, it's Castellanos. And the quarterback finds the tight end for the completion. And a broken tackle will earn him first down yardage.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
The Seminoles looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Gonna run it. It's Davis. Refusing to be brought down. Touchdown, Noles.
Boy, Chris, how about the blocking on this touchdown run? The effort and execution combined with the vision of the running back, everything just working in concert together.
They'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, so it's 14-7. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. So no return here. He takes a knee in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. So the first play of the drive coming up here. Under 3 minutes to play before half. the play fake, looking to throw on first down. And he dumps it off to the tight end. It's a fumble. Ball scooped up by the defense.
Well, that's why you do ball security drills almost every day in practice. You just can't put the ball on the turf like that. But give credit to the defender for the hit, because that's what caused the fumble.
Not the news the coach was hoping to hear. He took a chance calling a timeout to get the replay. We'll see if that proves to be crucial. And here comes the Florida State offense on the field. They reached the end zone the last timeout, trying to do the same thing here. Looking to pass, it's Castellanos. It's a short completion to the big tight end. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. They've got him behind the line. Great effort by the back there, but still got to stop for a loss.
Well, if somebody talks about a play being blown up, this is a great example of that. That's Exhibit A for how to be physical on defense.
It's the 2-minute timeout. Nice to have a close game here as we approach the half. It's 3rd and short from the opponent's 28. Let's see what the play call is here. They're already in field goal range, but thinking about the end zone. A pop pass on the jet sweep. They don't convert. In fact, he's tackled for a loss on that 3rd down play.
How about this? The offense gets the ball to one of their playmakers out in space, but the defense, the athletic ability on that side of the ball does a good job of bringing him down short of the first down.
He knocks it through with confidence. And that will extend their lead even further. They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away.
Boy, this guy had plenty of leg here, too. Chris, you remember the days when a kick from 50-plus was a major accomplishment? Now these guys knock these out like they're almost automatic.
And he's got a crease here. Look out. And he finally steps out, but not before an excellent return to set up the offense. And now the first play of this drive now from the 35. On the run, it's Smothers. That one moves the ball across the 40.
It's a really good, solid run. I know it's not the flashiest big play, but it's important for your offense to be able to get yards like that on early downs. You stay ahead of the chains, and it opens up the playbook for the 2nd and 3rd down coming up.
And it's broken up. Great defensive play to prevent the deep ball.
Chris, we're all guilty of this. We all look at the big plays, the quarterbacks, the offense, how many points, how many yards. And sometimes we overlook the most important aspect of the game. The off.
Looking to throw it deep. And it's picked off. He throws it right into double coverage and pays for it.
They bring him down, but that could be a game-changing pick and return.
Well, mistake by the quarterback of putting that up in the air, but a great play by the free safety. You know, you sit back and cover 3. The center fielder is the free safety. He's got his eyes on the quarterback, and when that ball is released, he's got to show an athletic ability to be able to go find the football and come down with it for an interception.
Fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Got the first down and still motoring. They bring him down right at the 20. This offense set up now in the red zone.
Boy, just a great play by the running back here. Just finding his lanes and exploding through the gap when it opened up.
And the Seminoles are looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. It's a hard running there through a tackle. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams through this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense that they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Touchdown, Florida State. Strong game by this quarterback.
I mean, body blow after body flow. It just cannot get any worse for this defense. The offense, once again, driving the ball down the field, puts the ball into the end zone for another touchdown.
And the PAT puts them up 17 now. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with the touchdown. Now they kick off and hopes the defense can get a quick stop. Bringing it out, it's Smothers. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. So here comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? Looking to throw. It's Bailey. The pass rush closing in. And it's incomplete even on the first down throw. He was under some heavy pressure. So after the incompletion, it's second down. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. He escapes the pocket. On the run here. Lets it go. And that one is incomplete with just 9 seconds on the clock.
Well, that's a great job by this defense of getting pressure with only 3 pass rushers. It leaves 8 back in coverage. It makes it very difficult to find an open man. But, boy, you'll play that defense all day if you can get that kind of pressure with just 3 guys.
Defense is coming after him. Pass ball is incomplete on the deep shot, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's check it out. So the offense obviously will decline the penalty and take the result of the play. Time running down, just 1 play left here in the half. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. 4th down, he's throwing for it. He's got it. That is enough for a first down. They finally make the stop there after a huge gain, and that wraps up the first half. And the Noles will kick this away to begin the second half. Trying to make a play from deep in his end zone. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Here comes the NC State offense back out on the field now. After falling way behind in the first half, they need to find a spark right now to cut into the... He's in the clear. He's at the 50. Inside the 40. Past the 20. The 10, touchdown, NC State. No chance to catch him there.
What a touchdown. Anytime you see a play go for that many yards, everything has to come together. The offensive line did their job, the running back's vision and instincts and speed, and the play caller setting up with perfect personnel group, formation, and play call. It all came together, and they get the big score.
Point after, knocked right through. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Returner looking to create better field position. He's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. And the Florida State offense heads back onto the field. This game has suddenly gotten more interesting, so this offense needs to be productive here. It's a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35.
This is the advantage, in my opinion, of having that big body tight end. He took a big shot, held on to the football for a first down. This toughness cannot be taken for granted.
Brought down, but broke the tackle to produce a solid gain there.
Setting the tone early with good runs like this can really wear defense down and keep the defense guessing. That's why some of the best coaches of all time have primarily done it with great run games.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Slams right into a wall. They got him for a loss.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to defense and their run fits on that play.
Offense facing a 3rd and short from the 41. Can they make the first down and avoid a tricky 4th down decision? Throws it to the right. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a 4th down.
Now, the defense better be aggressive here themselves. Clearly, we're seeing an approach by this offense that they're going to attack downfield. Probably saw something in the first half that they could take advantage of. They come out early and try to hit it for a big one.
Needs a completion here on 4th down. Taking a deep shot here to the right. It's complete. That's enough for a first down. He takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles.
Well, this offense did everything right in that first half. Really put on a clinic, and here we are coming out to start the second half. The opening drive, so much for the defense making adjustments. Put another touchdown up on the board.
Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown.
NC State 14.
And he'll take off from deep in the end zone. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Here's the first play of the drive now. They begin at the 19. To throw, it's Bailey. Pulls it in. It's Rogers. They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there. NC State comes to the line quickly.
Look at this, Chris. After that big gain and a first down, they're already at the line of scrimmage, ready to get this up-tempo offense cranking.
Sopper with a strong tackle there.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing. 3rd down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the 3rd quarter. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking to scramble. Caught near the sticks. It's Rogers. He moved the ball to the 48 and earn a fresh set of downs. This NC State offense is moving quickly down the field. And looking to throw now on first down. Looking downfield near the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. Can you believe it? A huge gain slips through his hands. So 2nd down after the incompletion. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. Finds his man. It's Rogers. They get him down, but not before he gets to the plus 38. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. On the move now. And the tackle is made. The defense saying, not this time. They got burned in the scramble last time. They bring him down pretty quickly here. As we break for the quarter, Kurt, Florida State is on top. And they got to be feeling pretty good about things as we wrap up the 3rd quarter. Let's review how we got here. So one final quarter to play. It's going to take a lot to turn this game around, but strange things do happen in college football. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. To the air. It's Bailey. Oh, and the big fella almost had it. Incomplete, though. Brings up 3rd down.
Yet another incomplete pass, and this offense simply hasn't accomplished anything at all through the air today. Time is of the essence now, and a comeback seems improbable to me.
Looks right for an incompletion. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, Chris, when you're down by a couple scores late in a game like this, you need to find matchups where you can get the ball thrown downfield. Here it's a completion, but it doesn't get them very much. Now they've got a 4th down play coming up.
That's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Great defensive play on 4th down.
What a great job by this defense, really all game long. It's very fitting. Here we are now in the 4th quarter on a 4th down play. They step up yet again. Now you give the ball to your own offense, you work that clock, and you seal victory.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. grinding away on the ground. He breaks free. Now here he goes. Inside the 20. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Knowles. They are pouring it on now.
Chris, all week I wondered if this back might get loose and come up with a big play like this. The defense had their back turned, couldn't really see where he was. By the time they realized it, he just had too much speed, and he's able to take it to the end zone.
Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away.
NC State 14.
Here comes the return from deep in the end zone. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. So the NC State offense is back out on the field now. Desperate times here. They need points, and they have to score quickly. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. Minimal gain brought down short of the marker.
Well, it looked like the quarterback was caught in between. Should I hand it off? Should I pull it and make the throw? Ends up getting some positive yards, but I think they missed a chance for a bigger gain.
Short connection to the tight end here. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage. NC State comes to the line quickly. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Short throw complete to the tight end. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
NC State getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Caught over the middle. It Smothers. Breaks a tackle on the play and makes a decent gain. A completion makes it 2nd down. Looking to chuck it again. Catch made on the out route. Breaks loose at the 40. Finally marked out after a big gain, but hold on. There's a penalty marker on the field. Let's check this out. The offense will obviously decline that penalty and take the result of the play. So the offense comes up now on 1st down thanks to that costly penalty. Scanning the field. It's Bailey. On the move here, trying to hit a deep shot. And the pass is dropped. Incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball. After the incompletion, 2nd down now from the 35. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on 1st down. Grab behind the line. It's Smothers. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
I really like what this defensive coordinator is doing right now. He's got a nice lead. Just sit back. The most important thing is tackling this offense inbounds so that clock will keep ticking.
Caught behind the line. It's Anderson. 0 running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Down late, they'll keep the offense on the field trying to chip away at this lead. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Deep shot toward the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. Brought down after a short return, but the pick sets up his offense. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line.
I just don't think there's anything else you can do as a play caller. You've got to be able to throw the ball downfield. You just got to...
Breaks into the open. Has the 1st down. It's still going. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball for 31. Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down. It's a heavy blitz look here. Let's see if they bring the house. And then 1st down, right back to the running game. Going absolutely nowhere. That would be a loss of the play. Well, the play is just blown up by the big fella in the middle, Kirk, showing some quickness for his size.
Yeah, we know about his power, but how about his ability to penetrate there? And that's the quickest way to blow up a run game is that interior.
Breaks into the clear. At the 30 now. The 10. All the way to the end zone. They couldn't catch him. Touchdown, Florida State.
So much about speculation on whether or not they're going to kick a field goal or go for a touchdown. They put this ball into the end zone, and they put this game out of reach. What a job by this team and by this offense.
So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away.
NC State 14.
This is a squib kick right to one of the blockers on the return team. Tackle is made at the 38. That's a good kick return.
NC State Wolfpack will take over. 1st and 10.
And now the first play of the drive. They'll begin at the 38. Dropping back. It's Bailey. Bringing pressure. The quarterback finds an open target on the left side. And a timeout is taken, just 2 seconds left on the clock. 2nd down after that completion. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Moves out of the pocket. Looking for a late deep shot. And it's picked off in the end zone. He's just going to go down as the time runs out in this ballgame.